This video, I'm going to talk about green hydrogen as the topic of discussion. What has prompted me to do this video is, just few days back I saw the news that Bharat Petroleum Corporation, BPCL, which is my parent company, has joined hands with Baba Atomic Research Center to accelerate India's green hydrogen capabilities. Both these companies, BRC and BPCL, have already signed an MOU to develop an ecosystem to manufacture the electrolyzer required for the production of green hydrogen. Also, there was another news 2 days back regarding Solar Energy Corporation of India under Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, taking steps to call for a tender for the industry to set up electrolyzer manufacturing facilities for the production of green hydrogen in the country. They have also announced a number of incentives for the production of electrolyzer and green hydrogen. Global electrolyzer capacity and green hydrogen production capacities are going to grow up exponentially, and there is a great opportunity for India to compete among other countries and becoming a great manufacturing hub. Green hydrogen is an extremely promising source of energy. It has the potential to power industries while helping countries to decarbonize their economy. But mind you, it also carries significant amount of uncertainty in terms of production costs and the demand. From the news around, we can feel that a revolution on the green hydrogen is being emerged very soon. For long, hydrogen has been produced for industrial use mainly through fossil fuel route, particularly using natural gas as the raw material. This so-called grey hydrogen is widely available with a relatively lower cost. On the other side, the new trend of green hydrogen, which is formed exclusively using green energy or renewable source of energy, such as solar or wind power. The renewable energy powers the electrolytes, as against the cost of production of grey hydrogen at around $1 to $2 per kilogram. The green hydrogen costs today $3 to $8 per kilogram, so high as compared to the grey hydrogen. As the cost of renewable energy and the electrolyzer declines, it is expected that the cost of production of green hydrogen will come down drastically, more than 50% by 2030, and then continues to fall steadily up to 2050. So by 2050, one should easily touch $1 per kilogram for the green hydrogen, which is equivalent to or better than the cost of production of grey hydrogen what we have today. The biggest advantage of green hydrogen is definitely the environmental aspects. While use of natural gas for the production of grey hydrogen is greenhouse gas intensive, green hydrogen is far more environmentally sustainable than the grey hydrogen. There's going to be a lot of competition among the countries to produce green hydrogen and export. And countries with a lot of renewable energy sources, they are going to benefit a lot, because the cost of production of green hydrogen is entirely depending on two factors. One is the renewable source of energy cost, and the second one is the electrolyzer cost. To capitalize on the emerging opportunities, industries in partnership with governments needs to start implementing projects very soon, gain experience and generate efficiencies, starting with pilot plans, go to higher and higher scales of economy productions. Governments needs to put the correct regulatory framework which can dramatically swing the economics to make each country more and more competitive. Hydrogen demand in 2020 was somewhere close to 90 million metric ton, almost exclusively generated from fossil fuels, resulting close to 900 million metric ton of carbon dioxide emissions. But the most promising aspect is that in the last 5 years, the capacity of electrolyzers have jumped more than double, and a chain of new projects are coming up by 2030 for the production of electrolyzers. While significant, but it is still said to be much less compared to what is really required in the pathway to net zero carbon dioxide by 2050. Europe is leading the electrolyzer capacity with almost 40% of the global installed capacity. Europe, especially UK and Australia, has big plans. Latin America and Middle East are also expected to put up large capacity plants. China, although started late, has announced a number of projects, and United States is also not far behind. A step of improvement from the grey hydrogen, what is called the blue hydrogen. Several projects producing blue hydrogen are progressing. Basically, it is production of hydrogen from fossil fuels but with carbon capture, storage and utilization. Hydrogen supplies are becoming better and better, cleaner and cleaner. Actually, hydrogen can be used for many applications than for the common use today. The demand is steadily increasing, particularly in the transport sector. The cost of fuel cells are gradually falling and the demand for the fuel cell electric vehicle is gradually picking up, using hydrogen as the fuel. Hydrogen being the key pillar for the decarbonization of the industry. A lot of research and technological advancements are happening in this field of production of green hydrogen and gradually reducing the cost of production of green hydrogen. While the demand for the green hydrogen is going to pick up exponentially as the market is still evolving, infrastructure development is going to take time. So governments have to take advanced action. There is significant scope for cutting down the production cost of green hydrogen through technological advancements. Coming to our country, India has a major potential to become a great green hydrogen global hub. The biggest advantage is that we have abundant scope for renewable energy. Sources like solar and wind power, which can be used to produce green hydrogen and can give a definite edge to India compared to many other countries. We also have a large growing demand for the hydrogen as the country is looking for decarbonizing the industry and there is a huge industrial growth happening. Large base of skilled workforce available in India and a strong manufacturing base. Along with these advantages, if you have a very good supportive government policy, already we have certain production linked incentive schemes available. The present PLI scheme gives support to companies that set up green hydrogen production facilities. The government of India has also identified certain right locations for the green hydrogen productions, including Gujarat, Maharashtra and Andhra Pradesh. But there are still some challenges which India needs to overcome. Obviously, still the high cost of production of green hydrogen, the lack of infrastructure available in India today for transportation and storage of hydrogen is a big challenge. The need to develop more efficient, scalable technologies for the production of green hydrogen. Government has set an ambitious target of 5 million metric tons of green hydrogen by 2030. There are a number of ongoing projects in India today. Major ones are the Adani Green Energy, Reliance Industries new project, and there are projects by Air Liquide, Larsen & Toubro, Green Hydrogen Ecosystem Company, H2E India, Hygen India, Nalva Energy. When you talk about the cost competitiveness of hydrogen production, electrolyzer sits at the core of the value chain, contributing almost 40% of the levelized cost of production of green hydrogen. So indigenization of electrolyzer manufacturing facility is a key point. Having the capital cost and operating cost advantage, Indian electrolyzer manufacturing facilities can expect to claim close to 30% lower cost as compared to many other countries like Western manufacturers or even to China. Our capex can be almost 1/3 of similar ones in Europe due to lower construction cost, lower equipment cost and lower cost of land. For the OPEX, India has tremendous advantages on the labor cost, while China can have a better advantage based on the raw material cost. The cost of renewable energy is the largest cost driver. The electrolyzer plant needs to be powered by a renewable source of energy in order to be considered as green. As more and more hydrogen projects are going to come up, the cost of electrolyzers and the other equipment are expected to decline due to economies of scale. The distance to the market is an important consideration for the production of green hydrogen, as hydrogen needs to be transported to the market. Almost 85% of India's requirement of oil and more than 50% of the natural gas requirement being imported, hydrogen could really become the game changer for energy security for India. So let us conclude this video by saying that India is on the right path today for becoming a global hub for the production of green hydrogen, aiming at an annual production level of 5 million metric ton by 2030 and cutting down almost 50 million metric tons of carbon emissions and saving more than $12 million towards the import of fossil fuels. Thank you.